She was the proudest queen of the empire. In her eyes, men were nothing more than toys to be played with. Yet, despite holding the highest authority, she had never been in love. That was until she met Tazumi. She was immediately captivated by his charm. As a swordsman, Tazumi saw an arena competition and decided to test the power of the imperial weapon he had just acquired. Little did he know, it was actually a marriage competition organized by Istef. As soon as he stepped onto the stage, he defeated an opponent much larger than him. At first, Istef didn't pay much attention to him, but the moment Tazumi flashed a pure and innocent smile, she was instantly enchanted. Tazumi thought that after Istef left the stage, he would receive a prize for the competition, but instead, Istef locked him in a collar and took him away.
Wait a sec.
Let's go somewhere we can be alone. Too many eyes around here.
Tazumi tried to resist, but Istef knocked him out cold.
We'll talk further in my room. Just the two of us.
When he awoke, he found himself in Istefa's room. After her bath, Istef approached him slowly, overwhelmed by emotions, and kissed Tazumi. She pushed him down, intent on having a more intimate moment with him, but Tazumi wasn't interested in that. He told Istef that he didn't like the empire as it was, and if she really cared for him, she should join the revolutionary army with him. Istef, however, slapped him hard, firmly stating that as a general of the empire, she was already bound to the state. If Tazumi were to join the revolution, they would become enemies. Yet, Istef tried to reassure him, hoping he would join her team instead. Tazumi, however, still wanted to overthrow the corrupt empire, so that ordinary people could live happy lives. Istef saw it as a weak, naive ideal, and insisted that survival of the fittest was the true way of the world. Tazumi continued to argue, trying to change Istefa's perspective. Seeing his sincerity, Istef found herself once again drawn to him. She then decided to stop him and slowly understand him better. One day, Tazumi found an opportunity to escape. Istef was assigned a mission to clear the monsters near the empire, and Tazumi, along with her subordinates, went to carry out the task. They encountered a group of tree monsters and used all their strength to defeat them. However, when Mike reacted, he noticed that Tazumi had disappeared. Fearing Istefa's wrath, Mike immediately used the imperial weapon to search for Tazumi. But on the way, he stumbled upon the rebel army. Mike decided to focus on capturing the rebels instead. What he didn't know was that Tazumi was, in fact, one of the rebels. A fierce battle ensued. Tazumi, however, managed to escape at high speed when Mike let his guard down. But Mike was faster. He kicked Tazumi, but Tazumi easily dodged it, and the two engaged in close combat. Tazumi hadn't mastered his powers fully, and in the end, Mike overpowered him, knocking him to the ground. Mike felt Tazumi hadn't given his all. He wanted a real fight with Tazumi, one where the imperial weapon was fully activated. But to his surprise, when Tazumi released his terrifying aura, he chose to run again. Mike quickly chased him down and used his strongest attack to kick Tazumi into the water. However, after waiting for a long time, Tazumi didn't surface. Mike thought that Tazumi had swum away downstream, so he immediately began searching downstream. In reality, Tazumi had used his invisibility to escape to the opposite side of the river, but he was severely injured. At that moment, a beast approached him. Just as he thought his life was about to end, his comrades arrived in time with the information and quickly killed the beast. Finally, Tazumi was able to return to the rebel army.